Hey guys, welcome back again to Group Gab for this week with Emily and Julie. And we have pulled in an expert with us. This is Mr. Allyn Kraft. I'm sure many of you guys know him. He's a familiar face here on KBMC campus. Allyn, how long have you been here?
19, going on 19 years in October.
19 years in October, so that's homogenous, right? So it's huge. So thank you for being here for so many years. So one of the things that we want to do, guys, is we want to just try to give you a little bit more comfort in running some groups. And so what we did was Emily and I are just going to kind of have a little conversation with Allyn. So Allyn, tell us a little bit about how you approach running a group.
When you're working with people in a group, I think it's very helpful just, come in, being relaxed, recognizing or really just having a conversation with people. And I think that's the biggest thing. We can just approach groups as having that conversation. We're sharing some of our personal thoughts and insights with our experiences. We're engaging people in conversation. We really want the patients in the group to kind of start generating some of their own thoughts and ideas. It's helpful, again, just relax, be calm, talk to them like you would talk to a regular person.
Right.
I think that tends to really help groups run very smoothly.
Absolutely. Yep. So what would you say if there was a person who was disruptive or maybe was kind of balking at some of the things that you were introducing? How would you handle that, or how have you handled that in the past?
I got to be honest. Most of the time, I don't experience that.
Okay.
I don't find that people that are in groups are balking at information or are being disruptive. I think most of the time they are there to learn, and they look at it as a learning opportunity. But if something like that were to happen, as we've talked about on many occasions with our patients, the idea of learning just to be able to set some boundaries. I think sometimes we may have to maybe kind of identify what we see as being a disruptive behavior and check in with that person to see if there's something going on that might be influencing the behavior, rather than looking at the person as intentionally trying to be disruptive or causing problems. That maybe there's something about the topic, maybe there's something going on in their life in that moment that is they're processing in such a way that they're coming across as being disruptive.
Good point.
I think also, though, if it gets to a place that a person is not able to maybe maintain their behavior in a group, to give them permission to be able to step out of the group, and also just following up with them later on to make sure that they're okay. More times than not, though, I tend not to have that experience with people being disruptive in groups.
On the alternative side, we've had some very quiet groups of patients inside where when I lead a group, nobody talks. It's very quiet. Do you have some tips about bringing out some people out of their bubble into talking or communicating with the group?
I do think it is helpful to engage the patient individually within the group. It definitely referring by name. I know I have a tendency. That if you're in a group, I refer to you as Miss Emily, and I say, well, Miss Emily, what do you think about this topic? What are some of your ideas or experience when it comes to the idea of coping skills and what works for you? So sometimes just being able to speak to someone again, just like it's you and I, even though we're in a group, it really becomes a one-on-one conversation. I think sometimes being able to engage individuals who are quiet might be, if there's something maybe kind of personal that I can share about myself as it relates to, say, a coping skill that's worked or hasn't worked, or being able to share experiences from other patients who have shared some thoughts on the topic. So I think sometimes we can just kind of even in a group setting, create that individual connection, it can be very helpful and encouraging for the other person to kind of speak up and might be very hesitant to do so.
Right, absolutely. You know, I think you make a good point that it's really important, I think, to kind of start a conversation with people. And, you know, I don't want to say that we're just sitting around a dinner table, but in a sense, that's kind of what we're doing. We want to create an atmosphere that is comfortable for our patients, because we know that when they come in, whether it be inpatient or outpatient, you know, they're uncomfortable, they're scared, it's a new environment, new people, and so just kind of, you know, being respectful, but I think too, having a little fun with it. I know that Allyn does a great job of kind of keeping things light, kind of coming in and not being so professor-like, like we're coming into a lecture, but more, sometimes he's playing music, right? And so, and I realize that might not be an option on the unit, but certainly coming in and, you know, just having that very positive energy when you come into the group, I think sometimes can be super helpful to make people or encourage them to feel comfortable. One of the things that we do here out in IOP that I know Allyn has kind of put his own spin on at the end, which I had to take down prior to videoing it, but one of the things that we really believe in out here is really affirming positivity and kind of walking through positive affirmations on a daily basis. And I think, Allyn, how do you feel, you know, I know sometimes when I do group and I say, you know, oh, we're gonna do these positive affirmations, I get people that are like, really? We're gonna say I am, and kind of, you know, it's a little awkward, it's a little quirky. How do you handle that when sometimes people are like, oh, this is silly, this is, you know, this ain't for me kind of thing?
Humor.
Humor, exactly.
Humor.
Yep.
Absolutely. Just kind of taking a playful approach with it.
Yep.
Not really engaging and trying to explain why it's going to be beneficial. You know, again, with I refer to it as our declaration, our positive declaration.
That's right.
That it's, you know, it's kind of a group cohesiveness activity that gets us up, gets us moving. Takes a few seconds, but yeah, I think sometimes just not engaging in you know, comments where they say, well, you know, this is stupid or it doesn't work for me. Maybe it doesn't, but let's work on having the experience as a group and we move forward.
Absolutely, and give it a try. And so I just wanted to kind of share this and just show this to everybody, that this is kind of what we use, and certainly we're not saying that this, you know, is for everybody, but I think what's great about this is that it just, like Allyn said, it gives everybody an opportunity to have some group cohesiveness. You know, at the end of every day, you know, we stand together and, you know, we just kind of recite these positive statements. So, you know, it's just something that kind of brings people together. And I think that, you know, even if someone says, you know, gosh, this is silly, this is not for me, that's okay. You know, hey, try it. You might like it. You never know. So, Emily, any other questions that you can think of for Allyn? Or
I think you've been super educational and informative and helpful. I think that we need some of that humor, some of that positivity, and trying new things on the unit. And I think that we have been. This last week we have tried a lot of new things.
A lot of new things, for sure. Yeah. And so just keep in mind, everybody, that you know, we're going to continue to send out these videos, and I just want to thank you for all you do, and just, you know, kind of just remember that, you know, we're all here, we're all kind of waddling through this together, and we're just trying to make a change. So just be positive, keep making those small steps every single day, and we just appreciate everything you do, and we appreciate your efforts. So we will see you next week for another episode of Group Gab with Julie and Emily. Take care. Many blessings.